When Prime Video Citadel premiered in 2023, expectations were sky high. The show had massive names attached in the Russo Brothers, Richard Madden and Priyanka Chopra Jonas, and much was made of its $300 million production budget. But all the star power and all of the money couldn't save Citadel from very critical reviews. It was an ambitious show that ultimately fell victim to its desire to be bigger, bolder and better than ever before. Citadel, Diana feels like the show that the original Citadel could have been. The Italian spin-off still has an incredible amount of resources poured into it, and there are moments where it struggles with the same problems that its predecessor suffered. But underneath the glitz and graphics, it's reminiscent of some of the best foreign crime dramas. Whether viewers have seen Citadel or not, whatever their opinion of the original series is, Citadel, Diana is worth checking out for everything it does right. Citadel, Diana crafts a gorgeous spy world. Citadel, Diana Season 1, Episode 1, split in two, is everything that fans of spy and espionage TV shows want, served up on a silver platter. Writer and developer Alessandro Fabri hits all the hallmarks of the genre within the first 20 minutes. There's the super secret spy office with the eye scanners and the massive doors. There's the even more super secret mission that Diana can't tell anyone about. There's her partner, Luca, who bemoans how difficult it is to be a spy and have a normal life. He's also talking about getting out of the spy game, too. And it's not a spoiler to say things don't go according to plan. Fabri may as well be checking off world-building elements on a list, but that works wonderfully, because those elements create exactly what the show needs to survive. Audiences don't need a full explanation of the whole world of Citadel, or some shocking, complex opening. They just need secrets and intrigue, and that's what the Citadel, Diana premiere serves up. The surprises in the episode don't come from needing to drum up a plot twist. They come from Diana's own reckless actions and the consequences she faces because of them. Based on her behavior in the premiere, she's not going to end up on anyone's best spy list. Wolfgang, you made reckless use of the agency, which destabilized Italy more than we would have liked. And that weakens us, too. The production is still clearly quite expensive, and so like its predecessor, the show can sometimes feel like too much for its own good. While the locations are absolutely beautiful, the camera work gets too fanciful, swooping through shots in an almost disorienting way. The audio also makes the dialogue occasionally hard to understand. Subtitles are provided, but not for everything. And high-tech graphics that give Diana and other Manticore agents information look very cool, but the novelty wears off after a short while. They're a visual way to establish how cutting-edge Manticore is as an agency, but every other spy show and movie can do things like that. Citadel, Diana is at its best when it tosses all the technology and tricks aside and just gets down to business. Citadel, Diana establishes a strong lead character. The American version of Citadel rested on the dynamic between Madden and Chopra Jonas, and despite the performers' best efforts, their characters weren't always compelling. Citadel, Diana thus far rests solely on the shoulders of Matilda De Angelis as Diana, and although she's not going to be a lone wolf forever, the premiere explains why. Diana makes decisions that are honestly short-sighted. She takes a sensitive situation and makes it worse more than once. It's not just that she's fallible, she seems completely out of place. But that works as a counter-argument to anyone who might have lost interest in the original show, because she absolutely doesn't fit the mold of this franchise, or even the spy genre. De Angelis has the requisite toughness, yet her best scenes are when Diana realizes the gravity of what she's done. That combination of a near-perfect spy world and a character who's very much not a perfect spy is what makes Citadel, Diana entertaining. The audience is as likely to be confused or frustrated by Diana as they are to root for her, which means they also can't quite guess what she's going to do. They'll be able to predict how other characters will act or react based on genre conventions, but not her. And since flashbacks to over a decade earlier indicate that a large part of the season is about Diana's personal history, the viewer will get to figure her out along the way. This sort of origin story approach isn't novel either, but it works when the show's protagonist has some explaining to do. Citadel, Diana's supporting cast is not yet as intriguing as she is, though. Almost all of the main characters slot into neatly defined positions that viewers will recognize, from the boss character to the head of the rival agency. The one exception is Itozani, played by Lorenzo Cervasio, because he's clearly positioned as Diana's counterpart. Cervasio doesn't sink his teeth into the part the way that De Angelis does. But he's the face of the other half of Citadel, Diana's story. Is Citadel, Diana worth watching? Audiences do not have to have seen Citadel to enjoy Citadel, Diana. The spin-off does make reference to the fall of the Citadel agency, but its focus is on the inner workings of Manticore's European branches, namely, how they're not working. Split into Inches has a whole side order of office politics. Manticore Italy has been under sanctions, which are extended for 3 more years during the premiere. That's not a good look, even if the father-son duo in charge also own the biggest weapons manufacturer in the world. Their frenemies smell weakness, because one of them is Ito's former lover Cecile Martin. She seizes on the fact that he doesn't agree with his father, suggesting they combine forces by marriage, of course. Again, it's not surprising, but it adds another piece to the story. Ito doesn't fit into his father's world any more than Diana fits in on her level, and that sets up a double act that the show can build upon. It strips the series down, cutting away the spy drama and the franchise concept, to make it about 2 characters whose approaches put them at odds with the world they're in. Instead of simply Citadel versus Manticore, there's Manticore versus itself, which justifies making this into a franchise. The Citadel Diana premiere isn't just moving the same spy action to a different country, it's adding a different perspective. If it can keep from getting swallowed up by giant action set pieces and expensive visuals like its predecessor, this spin-off can be better than the original. It's a fun return to the roots of the spy genre with a ton of potential.